This is unbelievable. Look at this. There's no city like this in the world. Can you picture how drop-dead gorgeous this city is in the rain?
Why does every city have to be in the rain? What's wonderful about getting wet?
Oh, I really pity you. Imagine a woman saying that.
I'm not a big Francophile.
John hates their politics.
Can't exactly blame them for not following us down that rabbit's hole in Iraq. It's fine for your father and I to disagree. Your father defends the right wing of the Republican Party, and I happen to think you've almost got to be a demented lunatic.
Dad's here on business, and we just decided to reload along.
Oh!
That's great. We can spend some time together.
Just you and her, I imagine.
What are you doing tomorrow? We're driving to Versailles.
I actually had a professor that dined there and saw James Joyce. Joyce was eating sauerkraut and frankfurters.
Good story.
Where are you two planning on moving after you get married?
Malibu. We're thinking about Malibu. Yeah,
I'm pushing for a little attic in Paris with a skylight.
All that's missing is the tuberculosis. Which era would you have preferred to live in, Miniver Chibi?
Paris in the 20s.
Yeah.
In the rain.
Nostalgia is denial. Denial of the painful present. Golden age thinking. A flaw in the romantic imagination of those people who find it difficult to cope with the present.
He just completely obliterated Owen Wilson.
I don't want to keep going over it. Gil he's smart and he's very successful.
But he can't cope with the present.
So much of Rodin's work was influenced by his wife, Camille.
Camille was not the wife, but his mistress. Rose was the wife.
No, he was never married to Rose.
Yes, he did marry Rose.
Yeah, actually, she's right. Recently read a 2-volume biography on Rodin, and Rose was definitely the wife.
Paul is an expert on French wine.
You're joking, really?
Of course, of course.
Okay.
What is he not an expert on? At least in his mind. What does he think he's not an expert on?
Slightly more tannic than the 59. I prefer a smoky feeling to a fruity feeling.
You want to go?
I'm not tired and I've been dying to go dancing, and I'll just meet you back at the hotel.
I'll take good care of her.
I'm sure you will. Just make sure she doesn't get wet. She doesn't like that.
Hey! Come on!
Oh, no. Go.
Okay. Give me your hand.
Surely he's just dreaming, huh? He fell asleep there on the steps.
I'm Zelda, by the way.
Right.
Oh, Scott?
Yeah.
Scott!
Scott Fitzgerald.
I keep looking at the man playing piano.
I know. I could be one of the great writers of musical lyrics. And then I hear the songs he writes, and I realize I'll never write a great lyric, and my talent really lies in drinking.
At least she knows her strength. Her dancing is not that bad, come on. Completely in shock.
Now, this is a writer, Gil.
Hemingway.
I'm not going to read your novel, but I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll bring it to Gertrude Stein's.
We never said we were going to meet.
Just like Cinderella, Hemingway just transformed back into a washing machine.
If I was to tell you that I spent last night with Ernest Hemingway and Scott Fitzgerald, what would you say?
I'd be thinking brain tumor.
And may I tell you? I think I'm going to stay here and do some work on my novel.
You can do that later. Mom said we can use her decorator's discount.
Wow, you really can't miss that opportunity.
You guys want to walk back?
Walk? No. It's starting to rain.
It's starting to rain. It's already pouring, dude.
Have you ever made love to a truly great woman?
My fiance is pretty sexy.
When you make love to her, you feel true and beautiful passion, and you, for at least that moment, lose your fear of death.
No, that doesn't happen.
I was just telling Pablo that this portrait doesn't capture Adriana. Dripping with sexual innuendo, carnal to the point of smoldering. What is your first impression of Adriana?
Exceptionally lovely.
He's made a creature of Plaspigal, a whore with volcanic appetites.
Hopefully I'll See you again eventually.
One of these days I plan to steal you away from this genius who's great, but he's no Miro.
Does poor Pablo even understand what you're saying? He looked a bit lost in that scene.
You like reporter?
I do. I'm a big fan. Yeah, I don't think that I'm a member of Linda and Cole's inner circle.
Oh, please don't tell her you met him.
I just find this overwhelming.
He worked out at Giverny.
I heard that Monet, one of the things that he used to try...
Shh, I'm trying to hear what Paul's saying.
Dude, what the hell?
If I'm not mistaken, he painted this portrait of his French mistress, Madeleine Brissot.
Paul, I'm going to have to differ with you on this one.
Really?
Gil, just pay attention. You might learn something.
How about you shut up? Excuse me? What the hell?
A young French girl named Adriana, who came to Paris to study costume design. She had an affair with Modigliani, then Braque, which is how Pablo met her, Picasso.
What have you been smoking?
What the fuck? What kind of response is that? Surely she has no idea if what he says is correct. And yet she talks to him like that.
Have you ever shot a charging lion?
Never.
Would you like to know how that feels?
So loud, I wonder, should we go someplace where we can hear ourselves think a little bit?
Who wants to fight?
Scott loves only you. I can tell you that with absolute certainty.
No, my
People, and I
skin
get-
hurts.
What do you mean?
I don't know why. Don't do that!
Here, take this.
What is this?
It's a Valium. It'll make you feel better.
I've never heard of Valium. What is this?
It's the pill of the future.
You never said you were getting married.
I think you'd like Inez. She has a very sharp sense of humor. And it isn't to say that we agree on everything, but...
So far you haven't agreed on anything, dude.
But I will say that we both like Indian food. Not all Indian food, but the pita bread.
Dali.
I remember.
Dali.
You like the shape of the rhinoceros? Senor Buñuel, Monsieur Manley, Spender, Bender, Bender.
Yes.
And I am Dali.
Dali.
The rhinoceros makes love by mounting the female. Is there difference in the beauty between two rhinoceroses?
A man in love with a woman from a different era. I see a photograph.
I see a film.
I see an insurmountable problem.
I see a rhinoceros.
Paul said we have to go to the countryside. If we don't want to go, don't go. I'm not missing it because of you.
Obviously, you don't miss anything involving that Paul.
He's engaged to my daughter, to Mary. Want to be certain she's making the right decision.
Monsieur Tisserand will personally keep track of the gentleman and report on his whereabouts at night.
Now the truth will come out. All those people Gil met at midnight or later are real. They are just actors. Some kind of role players.
Should I come back? I don't want to interrupt.
It's no secret. Adriana has left Pablo and has flown to Africa with Hemingway.
He finally stole her. He warned you, Pablo. He warned you.
Let's do it. Can you translate this? What do you speak any English?
I'm in love with an American writer I just met named Jill Pender.
What? So he actually went to the past?
I had a dream where he came to me and brought me a little gift, earrings they were, and we made love.
Whoa! What are you guys doing?
Daddy had chest pains. Gil, why are you so dressed up?
Me? No, I'm not.
Dressed up? It's his normal look.
What is that?
Where?
That in your hand. It's a present.
I know.
For moi?
Yes, it's not.
Why would it be for you? He didn't even expect you.
I hope it's my taste if it's jewelry, because that moonstone necklace...
No, but you got...
Oh, how ungrateful, dude. Dump her.
I've never actually even worn it. I'll show you. You'll see why.
Everybody's down on moonstone all of a sudden.
Where are my pearl earrings?
Of course, she noticed that immediately. even though she's looking for the moonstone.
Do you think it was the maid?
It's always the maid. I would report the theft right away.
You know, she was so snotty yesterday.
Immediately reporting theft. How about you look around the room first? Jesus Christ, these people.
She was pleasant. She was upbeat.
You always take the side of the help, as usual.
And you never take his side, so guess we're more than even.
I'm fine.
Now he puts them back.
Look.
Monsieur, mademoiselle, on y va.
Allez,
come on.
Are they traveling to the 19th century now?
Here it is, La Belle Époque.
I don't know what it is about this city. I gotta write a note to the Chamber of Commerce.
Something is wrong with this city.
I know exactly where I want to go next.
And now Nicole Kidman comes down from the ceiling and sings Time is Our Girl's Best Friend.
It's the greatest, most beautiful era Paris has ever known.
I had a dream the other night where I ran out of Zithromax, and then I went to see the dentist, and he didn't have any Novocaine. You see what I'm saying? These people don't have any antibiotics.
Hemingway read the chapters too, and he doesn't quite believe that the protagonist doesn't see that his fiancée is having an affair right before his eyes.
Paul and I? Where did you get such an insane notion?
From Ernest Hemingway.
Gil, your brain tumor's acting up again, yo.
That's the damn thing about tumors. They're just acting up all the time.
I'm jealous and I'm trusting. It's cognitive dissonance. Scott Fitzgerald talked about it. And Naz, I know you can fool me, but you cannot fool Hemingway. Goodbye, Naz.
Yeah, say hi to Trotsky. I had a private detective follow him. I knew he was up to no good. He saw him get into a car at midnight every night, and he followed him.
What happened?
I don't know. The detective agency says the detective is missing.
That poor detective. He's going to lose his head.
What are you doing here?
I'm returning from dinner with friends. I thought about you the other day. My boss got a whole new album of Cole Porter songs.
You're on your way home right now?
Yes.
Can I walk with you, or I'll buy you a cup of coffee, or okay, now it's starting to rain.
Oh, look at that. She doesn't mind the rain. She doesn't mind getting wet. That's the woman of your dreams.
Actually, Paris is the most beautiful in the rain.
Oh.